it's Hazelle.
It's Azura.
And I'm Germaine.
And welcome back to another episode of Clevity's Podcast.
Now, today we are talking about some adulting stuff.
Yes, adulting rocks.
Sorry? Does it
Rocks.
really? She's struggling, as you can see, and we'll find out more about that. But it's something that is, I think, very relevant to people our age. Moving out and living on your own. So
Actually, this is very common in the US, right?
it's super common in the US. I think over there, right, a majority of them would have moved out of their parents' home by the age of 27, which is our age, essentially.
1
Oh,
year
that's
ago
quite
for
late.
me. Lah.
Yeah.
Usually they move in they move out like a lot earlier, right?
From 19 years old, they start moving out. But by 27, they are like, out.
My goodness, if at the age of 19 I tell my parents I want to move out, they would totally be like, 你要跟我搬出去 cannot move out, stay with me, 你要住哪里？谁照顾你？ Meaning who would take care of you and all that. You know, Asian parents, you know, they really care and love us.
Yeah, in Singapore, it's just very different. I think with the legal situation and all that, you know, we are taught that, only 35 years old, they will move out and all that. But I think we gotta really discuss today, is it better to stay at home or move out and live without your parents?
I think especially over the past 2 years when COVID hit us, many people find staying at home a struggle. I mean, there are pros and there are cons, obviously. You get to spend a lot more time with family, but sometimes this may come with a lot more arguments.
Like who has to do the chores and all that.
Right.
And we have a very apt brand sponsoring our episode today. Thank you, Philips, and especially the Philips Wet and Dry Cordless Vacuum Cleaner.
Yay!
Make sure you
Thank
listen
you.
on. Hazy has something that she wants to tell us that she tried to do with a vacuum cleaner. Please do not try it at home. That's right. So I think in recent news, there have been a lot more reports of young adults, even my friends, moving out, getting apartments of their own. And like you, Hazy.
For me, it was because my HDB was undergoing what they call the HIP program, Home Improvement Program. So it's gonna cause like a mess at home. It's gonna be tough for me. I was still in the night belt then. So it's not possible for me to come home at like 1, 2 a.m. and still have to go downstairs to the void deck to shower. Because the shower facilities were out. They were basically upgrading our toilets.
They renovate your toilet and then they build containers downstairs.
Right.
And then you gotta shower downstairs.
What? It's like a festival.
Exactly. So who is going to go down at 2 a.m. to shower? Even my parents felt that, okay, maybe for this period of time, maybe it's better for you to get a place outside. So I started to look around. I found a place, 200 square feet. It's just one room, super small, cozy, very humble. But it came with a toilet. So I thought, it's actually pretty convenient for me. Especially if I drive, that area is perfect.
I feel like you were a bit nervous about moving out at the start, being on your own and all that. But you have really grown into it.
I have to the point when I told my parents I don't really feel like moving back. I felt super bad about
You
saying
told them that?
Because every time I go home to see them, they are just excitedly telling me, Mei, the renovations will be done soon. You can come home soon. And I'm just like, I hope like the renovations get delayed for a bit more because of like COVID and all that, which it did actually. The renovations were delayed and every time I just felt like so thankful. But when the time came, when the renovations were fully completed, the painting jobs all done, they told me, Mei, it's ready, you can come home now. And I just had to break it to them like, you know what, Dad and Mom, I'm actually very comfortable living outside and I feel like I have a lot more space of my own. I don't feel like coming back. I feel like, no, they didn't. But I feel like from my dad's reaction, he saw this coming a long time ago. But my mom, she tried to fight for it lah. She tried to be like, you know what? Like, who can help you wash your clothes? You come home, you leave like a princess. You open the fridge, there's food for you anytime.
Your mom is very smart. She knows the way in.
Exactly. She knows I like grapes. She say, Mommy always buy grapes for you. You open the fridge, there's grapes already. Who take care of you when you're staying outside? And I felt super bad lah. Not because, I have to do my own housework, but because I know they really want me back at home with them.
But I think a lot of people face this situation where, in a sense, I'm so sorry to say this, but they're guilt-tripped by their parents into staying in their family home. And we asked, right, on our Instagram, a small poll, about 68% of our listeners still live with their parents. So here begs the question, do y'all think it's unfilial to move out of, your parents' home before getting married?
Before getting married.
Yeah.
I think it's a perception thing, because it's not to say that in other cultures it's completely normal to move out. And it's not to say that they're not filial to their parents. You know what I mean? So I think it's a perception of which, when you move out, you're not with them all the time, you don't spend as much time, you may not come back to see them, you're not around to help them with things. So I think it's that sort of like it's an Asian thing lah.
It's a cultural
Yeah.
kind of situation.
You know what? In fact, I feel that after moving out, my relationship with my parents improved. Especially
of
my
people,
mom.
yeah, I feel that
right.
way.
And I am actually pretty amazed to find this because maybe if we see each other more often, of course, there's gonna be more friction.
Yeah.
We are gonna like quarrel a bit more, and sometimes it's a bit hard to just like let it go. But after moving out, and then maybe sometimes you video call your mom, you talk to her on the phone, or you come back like every weekend, right? Whenever she says something that you know would annoy you, you find it easier to let go.
Because you're leaving.
Correct, because you tell yourself, okay, it's just for this weekend. It's just for this weekend. I just have to make my mom happy.
And you know what? They always say, right? Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
It's true.
So
it's
by
true.
being away from your parents, in fact, you miss them more.
I do
Correct,
leh.
You miss the grapes, you miss the washing of clothes.
It's true, it's true. Every time I go back, right, I just feel like I'm a kid all over again. I don't have to do a single thing. I literally go back home, throw my bags on the floor, and lie in my bed. And then my mum would wake me up for dinner, that kind.
Did she pick up your bag?
It makes you more appreciative of the little things that they do. Because when you live with them, you take it for granted, and then it becomes like even nice things that they do for you become irritating.
Sometimes
true.
lah. It's so like hard for me to say this, but it's true.
No,
Like
but it
very
happens to
unfilial.
so many people. I think the three of us are blessed in a situation where, you know, obviously we have a nice, comfortable situation at our family homes. You know, we're not in any dangerous situation that we have to get out of.
Sure.
But there are many reasons for like wanting to move out of your parents' house, right? So for you, it was for independence, freedom.
It was inconvenience at first.
Yes.
After that, the freedom kept me. And I felt super guilty also because at that point of time when I just moved out, my parents actually came over to take a look at my new place. And it was just to take a look, but you know, they set their bags down and they immediately say, Mei, take out. Pass me some cloths. I need to wipe up your new place. And they spent like 3 hours there wiping the fan, wiping the table, and then going like, so dirty. How can my daughter stay in a place like that? And then it's not actually very dusty, lah, but you know, parents have high standards. And you know, after doing all this for me and I'm still not going back home to them, well, I feel super guilty.
Don't feel guilty. If this is what you need to have personal growth, right? I think it's important for you. So for Azura and I, well, I'm not married yet, but I still stay with my parents. Azura is married and she stays with her parents. So what was the reason?
Okay, so in the very beginning, I think I just decided to stay there because it was comfortable, because I'm the only child. So, you know, there's no one else in the house except for my parents, right? There's no like siblings or whatever. So there's space, it was comfortable.
Your mother cooks every day.
Correct. You know, I
She-
won't go hungry.
Yes.
She doesn't go like, oh, you're in my house, it's my rules. She doesn't say that. But sometimes I feel like
A bit of friction.
a bit of friction.
Yeah.
Also, in the sense of the marriage, let's say, between Irwan and I, sometimes I wonder if it would be different if we lived on our own.
As a married couple, you mean?
Correct.
Like you would have to take care of more finances, you would have to take care of chores. Like it's a different challenge for married couples.
Yeah, like would it make us more responsible? Would it make us, you know, sort of have a structure, a system that we don't right now?
It's true.
Yeah, so I wonder that a lot, but I'm still not moving.
But what about Germany?
Yeah.
For you, I mean, I'm sure your house is very, very comfortable. Have you ever thought about moving out?
I've definitely considered, and you know, I did try to apply for a BTO at one point, but it's so competitive that honestly I want to give up. But I'm lucky enough to be able to stay at home and have at least some distance from my parents. In fact, like I can go 3-4 days without seeing anyone in my family, except my dogs lah.
Wow.
I see my dogs more than my parents. But it's really a blessing. Like, you know, the fridge is always stocked. There's always bread. There's always eggs. If I need fruits, it's always there, you know. I can't imagine living on my own. When I did that overseas, right, I really struggled. I think I mop my floor maybe once a month. I didn't even know how to mop the
Hey,
floor.
sorry, hold on, huh?
Huh?
Mine was carpeted, so I think I never did.
Did you at least vacuum, Azura go?
Hold on, let me think. I think never. Like, did I even own a vacuum?
Yeah,
Hold
you
on,
see, when you move overseas, right, should you buy a vacuum?
I think yes, leh.
Really,
It's very time
must,
and
eh?
energy saving, you know.
She bought you a vacuum, no?
She did.
I did when you
She
moved into your
did.
new place.
It's my housewarming gift to which to every friend who visits my place. I would proudly show them the vacuum cleaner and say, "This is what Germaine bought for me."
Yeah.
You know the 987 DJ. Yeah, it works like this. Yee! Then got 3 different heads, that kind of thing.
No, but the thing is that, like, okay, if if I could have bought you something better, I would have, right? But at that point of time, we were rushing to get you into your new place because now there are like vacuum cleaners that can do both. They can mop your floor and also dry your floor.
Really, man?
Yeah, it's wet and dry. So the one that I bought you is actually not that good.
It's only the dry one, lah.
It's only the dry
But okay,
one.
lah, can suck up my hair and everything good
But
enough,
imagine
lah.
how much time you save, like if you could do both.
Yeah, that's why I never
Right.
mop my floor.
Oh, ew.
No, seriously, I haven't mopped my floor in like a month. I don't have a mop at home. So sometimes if like there's like patches of dirt, I just take a wet tissue and like squat down and like scrub at it like furiously, and then after it comes off, that's it lah.
I would
go
pay
back
to watch
bed.
a video of that. I would pay good money.
How much?
Oh,
Enough for me to buy a Philips wet and dry cordless vacuum cleaner or not?
perhaps, right?
Then I will do it.
But okay, then what are some of the good things of living on your own? Try to convince Azura and I to like move out.
I think, right, if you ask me to make a decision, I still feel it's better to stay with your parents.
Really?
Just because you're well taken care of. But if you need your own mental space, which is why we move out in the first place, right? Then staying alone really gives you that freedom. The cleaning of the toilets. There was once my toilet bowl was leaking, and I just thought to myself, it really affected me for days on end. And I just thought to myself, wow, if I were at home, all I need to say is, Daddy! And that problem would be resolved like, right away. But
Yeah.
in my new place, like it affected me for days. I had to like contact my landlord, who had to contact the plumber, and in the end they changed like the whole toilet bowl.
Wow, these
Before things
are
got resolved.
serious
It's-
problems.
it's-
And here
wow.
I'm complaining when I come home at like 4 a.m., right? The next day my mother will be like, what time did you come home last night? Because she can see on the CCTV lah. Then got timing on.
She check one ah.
No lah, sometimes she can hear me coming back in. Or,
right.
Yeah, but I said, sorry mom, I come back earlier next time.
But you know when you resolve a problem like that, right? Like your toilet problem all by yourself, don't you feel after that like, wow, you're so accomplished?
Yeah.
Like you're a big girl, no?
No, I don't like. You know what or not? I took one of the glasses my good friend Brian gave me for drinking. I put it under the toilet bowl to contain the leaking water.
Question.
I tell you, when I wake up, the cup was overflowing. You do not want to see that side. I had to pick up that glass, pour away all the water, and put it back in until that whole issue is resolved.
Question. Then now the glass, what happened? You
It's
still
back
used to
on
drink?
the drinking table.
He's so cute.
And when my friends come over, I say, wait, because there's two glasses. I say, I need to see which one was the one I
Can
used
you
for the
label
toilet bowl.
it toilet glass?
Oh my god, I did
Toilet
not.
water.
How about
And
you
the
just
glasses
put
are
it in the toilet
identical.
now?
But now I have no idea which one is which
Okay, never mind.
anymore.
We bring our own water when we go.
Really?
You can keep the glass. Or we buy her a new glass.
Yes.
That's a great idea.
I honestly think I would enjoy living on my own, mostly because my boyfriend likes to clean lah, so I don't have to do anything.
I'm sorry, he likes to cook and he likes to clean.
Yeah, and then I don't do anything, but I still no ring.
She jackpot eh.
Yeah, jackpot. No, when I moved overseas, right? So he came with me for the first week just to help me settle in, and he was scrubbing. He scrubbed the floor 5 times in one day. The first day that we moved in, he went to the supermarket to buy everything. He scrubbed the floor for me.
Was it that dirty?
Oh, it was quite dirty because it was like a rental place. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't have to clean like.
What lucky fella leh, this one.
Really, oh?
Really very lucky
Really?
leh. But here's the question: would you ever move out with A-Surf next time?
I might actually. But you see, then I think about, okay, if further down the line, like I have kids or whatever, right? I would want to stay at home. My mom loves kids. She would
Right.
take care of the kid every single day. Like,
And your
how can I
kids
give
will
that
be in
up?
good hands.
Yeah, and if we both still have careers, how can I give up that chance?
No, I fully agree. But do you girls feel like you're missing out on something like now that you are staying with your parents?
I'm the kind of person who likes to make things difficult for myself.
You do.
Very personal.
For some reason, I just enjoy making things difficult for myself. I don't know why. And so because of that, I have this sort of like, not say desire, but this sort of like wandering thought like, maybe I should be running my own household.
Right.
You know, like maybe I should, even if it's harder, I have to clean, I have to, vacuum the floor, mop the floor. Maybe I should do it myself to learn. I don't know what I'm trying to learn, to be honest.
Can I just bring you back to the time where we shared a room in LA?
I'm scared, eh?
My
This
goodness.
room was
50% of the floor space.
Yeah.
shawl here lah, lingerie there lah,
Eyeliner
towel
on one
here
side
lah.
lah.
Goodness, this fella didn't even know she misplaced her, what is it, wallet or like pouch or don't know what. Thought
A
she
lot
left
of
it in
things,
Singapore.
yeah.
My goodness, I have no idea how she did the packing.
Oh, let me tell you, I was there for that.
Tell us.
She am being attacked there.
She was almost late to the airport. She throw, lie on the luggage and close it and out the door with like everything barely even closed. Like it could have burst open at any point.
My goodness, Zura, I think you stay with auntie lah.
You stay with your mother lah. Okay.
Germaine can.
Okay.
In our week in LA, she was actually vacuuming the floor.
She was.
You were.
I vacuumed
You
the
She
were.
collect our laundry.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
like
I did.
wash
Yeah,
the dishes, put it in the dishwasher and stuff.
I enjoy washing dishes. Yeah.
Hey, you put it in dishwasher, or you don't feel fake.
You gotta rinse it. Okay.
okay.
But yeah, cleaning the floor and all that. I just like to step on clean floor.
Right. So can I think can move
Okay, I'll consider. Let me think about it. But there are a lot of things that I think we take for granted, especially, with living with our parents. Let's talk about the good parts, right?
Okay.
Of being able to live with our parents.
Aww.
Like, if I forget to bring my house key, there's someone to open the door.
Right.
Imagine if you forgot to bring your house key.
I have to call my landlord.
Oh no. You can't lah.
Can't make it.
Yeah, at 2 a.m. in the morning, he
Yeah,
probably won't pick up lah.
Then he'll kick you out.
Yeah, most probably. So no. And sometimes if I forget some things, right, I can actually get like a Grab delivery back to my place where my mom can pass the rider the important stuff that I forgot. So this is the perks of having someone staying with you.
To receive like packages
Yeah,
and all
that's
that.
true. So.
I feel so bad saying that, but even like chores, having to cook, having to fix things like a toilet bowl. Yeah. And imagine what if you see a cockroach.
My goodness, that happened to me leh.
There was a cockroach in your house?
Yeah, a nymph
room?
lah, small one,
A nymph?
high up in the ceiling. But then because I spotted it move, so I was like, what is that? And I took my like scented spray cleaner thing lah, the one you use to spray toilet, and I sprayed it at a cockroach for 60 seconds straight.
Got I?
No,
Die.
it just makes it smell nicer.
No, it fell off the ceiling leh. Fell on the table. Then I immediately wrapped it up with like toilet paper and I flushed it down. But this is manageable because it's a nymph. One time I saw a lizard.
No.
It's super long, no? Sometimes I tell myself, then might the lizard stay in my room to help me eat some bugs and all of that. No, it's true though. Like
It's true.
It's true. But when I actually saw the lizard, I thought to myself, oh my gosh,
And the translucent one, I can see the inside. Wow.
oh my god. Okay, no. That one like quite opaque lah.
Okay.
Quite solid.
Okay.
But the tail like so long, I wonder got so many bugs in my room for it to eat, man. So fat and happy, no? I saw it, I was so afraid. I called my helper in, and then the helper tried to catch it. But to no avail, the lizard was too quick.
Yeah.
It's still in my room, by the way.
I'm sorry?
Like
The
somewhere.
lizard is still in your room?
Every morning wake me up.
Ew. You should just name it at this point.
Yeah, she has a name, it's Serena.
Okay, we'll bring some bugs for Serena.
But no, sometimes I'm really wondering, like there was this other instance I saw a cockroach and I really did not dare to just catch it. I was wondering if I can just run the cordless vacuum cleaner that Jeremy gave me over the
suck it
cockroach.
up.
Yeah, and I don't know if the cockroach is stuck at the, the entry point. But then I thought to myself, I really don't dare to empty the vacuum cleaner after that.
Correct.
So in the end, I didn't do it. But imagine I suck it and then it like goes in and then it starts to like run around and
Correct. Never died in how?
Ugh.
Hey, honestly,
No,
that's the most disgusting part, I think, of having to like live on your own.
Right, my daddy would have like taken care of that like in
Just grab
one
it with
instance.
a tissue, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm that person in my house who will
Oh,
take care of cockroaches.
It can come and stay over for a few days.
Can.
Lizard
And
is
find
scared.
Serena.
Lizard not scared. Lizard not scared. Cockroach not scared. But ant scared.
Never mind, that one I help you.
She can spray her.
Yeah, my scented spray.
Okay.
Lavender.
Lavender. So you are the one.
I am the
Okay,
one.
let me give you a situation.
Okay.
Let's see if you had lived with me at that time, would you have dared? Okay.
Okay.
So I lived in Cambodia for half a year on my own, and when I came out into the living room one day, there was a rat right there.
Okay, but vacuum cleaner cannot.
No, please. Big rat, but it was dead.
Wait, how big? How big? Give us an idea.
Like this big. About how do you say, the size of my iPad mini.
Damn.
It's quite a massive rat.
Is the tail long?
It
The
cannot
tail,
lah, cannot.
Not very long. It was
Cannot carry lah. You carry got weight, then got got meat kind I mean like cockroach, lizard, the kind like nothing, you know.
But you cannot leave it there, what? Because once it starts decomposing, all the ants, all the mosquitoes will
Okay, what do
come,
you
the
do, by the
flies.
way?
Oh no, I just called somebody to come and help.
I would have done that too.
Yeah. I
There's
totally
no
would not
way
have
I'm
touched
picking
that.
up a dead rat.
Correct.
You know? I just don't know why it decided to die in the living room.
But if this happened at home,
okay.
your dad
Oh
would
no.
fix it.
No, my dad would not. My dad would be the last person to fix it. Sorry, there'll be a chain of command before it reaches him. He doesn't do these things, you know. But there's been so many things in my house. Like there was a baby cobra in my house a few months ago. Yeah, so we had to call like snake removers because you gotta keep them safe.
Hey, is it free, by the way, to call snake removers?
No, of course not. There's like an exterminator, but they don't kill the snake. They just put it out in the open.
Oh, okay, so now it's not free, guys. Now we know.
And don't vacuum a cobra.
Oh, please don't.
Correct.
Please don't do
Please
that.
don't
Please
do
don't.
that.
Don't vacuum any living thing.
Point
You're
taken.
not wrong.
No vacuuming of cockroaches.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm very thankful that we don't have to deal with these things.
Right.
But okay, so for Zura, right? Do you do your chores at home?
I'm very terrible as you all know, as you all have lived with me in LA.
Oh. This is the girl who 10 minutes ago was just talking about on the fence, about moving out.
I think I can do and clean and
I mean, I think I can do lah, you
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
Okay. Also, I feel like I'm very particular about it has to be a space that I can work with. You know what I mean? Like I would like if I didn't build this
Yeah.
and I didn't design it to be this way, it feels like I am just compromising with it. And so it's not optimum for my
lifestyle.
correct.
Understand.
So it makes it harder.
Okay.
So it feels like if it was perfectly in
Designed.
sync
Yeah.
and designed
Yeah.
to fit with whatever I need, I feel like it would be a lot easier for me to
Commit to the
keep
chores.
it.
Okay. I understand what you
You
mean. Yeah,
understand?
Yeah. If it was built for you,
Correct.
you would know how to clean it.
Correct. Does that sound like an excuse?
Yes. Can I just put things into perspective though?
Okay.
50 years ago, there was no such thing as a vacuum cleaner. You would have to take a mop, a pail, water, and go and mop it. Now it's already so easy for us. Why are we still complaining?
You are correct.
That is very true.
Now it's like all in one. You can do everything in one. So why are we not doing it?
It's true. So the person who gets very annoyed with my hair over the floor is actually Aaron. And he will at
poor
any time
Aaron.
of the day basically just go out, get the vacuum cleaner,
Yeah.
and then go in one round, and then he's done.
If you get him this like Philips cordless vacuum cleaner, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be worse because there's lights, you know. So everywhere he vacuums, he
lah.
can see every single strand of hair.
That's the problem. Then he would tell me how much hair I'm shedding.
Exactly. If you drop like a strand of hair at the corner, he'll be like, "Why is there a strand of hair in this corner?" Because he can see everything clearly.
But with the lights, right, you can also identify if it's her hair or not her hair. Because her hair is brown. Scully is not even your hair. It's
Scully is
his
your mom's hair.
I will not be accused this way. I need this vacuum cleaner.
Hey, someone can mop. Just now you were mentioning. How does this work?
So it's very perfect in the sense that you can do both things at once. So you really save half the time. You can dry the floor, clean, vacuum all the dust, and also mop it at the same time.
Right, and I find that after moving out and living on my own, these little tools are very, very effective and useful. So
Yeah.
one thing I learned is to vacuum with my left hand and brush my teeth with my right hand. Really? Because I use an electronic toothbrush, so they will time it. I have to brush my teeth for 2 minutes. So in these 2 minutes, what can I do? I don't want to waste my time. So I'll be like, and then my left hand will be like, So 2 minutes just nice. My room not very big. 1 round completed. Then I can go and rinse my mouth.
Actually, right, I just remembered that I think Hazel has said before, like, I need to go home, I need to clean my room.
Yes.
You said this before.
Oh,
I need to
my
pack my
gosh.
room, clean my
Yes.
floor.
Correct.
No,
Yeah.
seriously, sometimes I feel the stress, like, oh my gosh, tonight I have to wipe my table, I have to vacuum my
That's
floor.
amazing, because I've never lived in a situation where I had to allocate time to clean. It's like, when I got time, I clean lor.
Hey, true.
Oh.
True. Yes.
So when I heard her say that the first time, I was like, oh.
No, I tell you, when you live alone, it doesn't become, it's not an option anymore,
Right.
Because even though you've cleaned the table last night,
Yeah.
but tonight you go home, you can still feel it. How come it's a bit dusty? And it doesn't sit well with me, that feeling. I feel like my night is not complete. So I have to wipe it. And I have to make sure the tissue is no longer black, no stains before I can sit down comfortably, do my work. And I have to vacuum my floor because I drop a lot of hair every day.
Maybe when you live on your own, right, your standards for cleanliness are higher because you are the one cleaning. You're the one staying there.
Right. I just wish I had an easier way out to mop my floor. because I don't have a
Yeah.
pail and a mop, you see.
Right.
It's okay, we are in 2022.
Now vacuums can mop at the same
Yes,
time.
exactly.
My goodness, I wish I found out about this invention earlier.
Yeah, but here's the question, right? I think living on your own also brings a lot of worries in terms of finances. That's why a lot of people choose not to live on their own, because between paying rent in Singapore, which is super high, and having to budget for home equipment like home cleaning stuff and all that, sometimes it's just not practical.
I think there's also a lot of things that we overlook because we
Okay.
don't live on our own. Things like bills, Wi-Fi.
Bills, I forgot about bills, yeah.
Yeah. Like, we've never paid for Wi-Fi.
And
we've
electricity
never thought about
is
that.
so expensive now.
Yeah.
Well, but for me, I'm lucky because I worked out a package with my landlord. Like if I rent for a certain period of time,
Yeah.
my utilities are included.
Okay.
Laundry is included in the package as well, and then like I can just get like a little bit of a discount because I'm renting for a longer period of time.
Okay.
It's a small space, like I mentioned, 200 square feet. So it's really, I just go home to sleep and I wake up and I just get out of the place. But for listeners who are looking to like rent an entire flat, an entire unit, so what I've heard is like City Fringe area, the rent can go up to like 2.8k a month. And if you
For
are
a
renting
three-room
three-room HDB flat.
Yeah.
If you are renting in like places like Tiong Bahru, the more accessible places,
Yeah.
I think one room can go up to about like 1.1k a month, which is quite a bit.
Excluding utilities, excluding
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
and just one bedroom.
So let me ask you, like, have you ever thought of using this money instead to like invest or put to other things?
Well, I have like honestly, like, I mean, 1 month alone, maybe we see, okay, this amount of money is not too high, it's manageable. But if you multiply by 12, which is the rent in an entire year, right, it really becomes quite a huge amount.
Yeah.
And I just ask myself, actually, this one, can I buy 1 or 2 branded bags or what?
But to trade that for the freedom,
Yeah,
correct.
exactly, exactly. And I kind of like use this as a motivation for myself to just work harder, maybe get more like external engagements to sort of like help me cover the rent for a bit.
Okay, Jeremy, my next question actually is,
I'm
you know,
scared.
no. You know, sometimes with living on your own with your partner, right, there are concerns as well. Because there are concerns about staying at home with your parents where there's friction there, right?
Yes.
But sometimes when you run your own household with your partner, there are other problems that arises.
Oh, for sure.
Do you think that's an issue? Because that scares me. Like sometimes I feel like I'm still staying at my mother's house because I don't want to deal with these problems.
Right.
Everyone is super neat. Leh. Can you imagine he'll be breathing down my neck every day to clean?
I think I would get really mad at Asaf because he like never picks up his like clothes lah. His stuff is just everywhere lah. Yeah. Then I will be very petty about it. I could have just picked it up and thrown it away, but I won't. I will put it right in front of his bed, the side of his bed where he can see it, so he knows. Oh, I forgot to throw it, and she's mad. No, but sometimes it's just like that. So I understand, like living on your own, it could cause, a lot of issues. You have to communicate with your partner. Yeah, especially if you stay with someone. For Hazy, you're on your own your own. You don't have to be accountable to someone else.
Shiok.
Sure. That's
bad,
the
quite
life.
sure.
Yeah, that's the life. But when I was living on my own, like really solitarily on my own, I felt very lonely. Because I was in a foreign city by myself, didn't have any friends there. Wow, some nights, right, I just cry in my room.
Honestly, this happens to me sometimes as well. Like, yeah, I
Why
just
never
feel.
call us?
No lah, it's like after a long day of work and I go back home to my apartment, I just feel like so emotional, all these things that's happening to me in my career, all the good things, and I have like nobody to share it with because now I'm not staying with my parents, I don't have my sister there with me, and I'm just alone. But then after I cry, I let it out, I feel better.
Yeah.
So this is also a perk of having your own space, I don't want my parents to see me bawling my eyes out.
I think it's all
Good and
part
bad.
of, it's all part of having that experience and growing. And even though you cry, like it's okay to cry.
Right.
You get stronger after that.
It's growing pains.
Growing adulting pains.
Adulting pains. So we know when to appreciate our parents even more when we go back home.
Correct. Because, sometimes, like, you know how I run late sometimes? I mean, sometimes.
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 Okay.
And on days where I'm in a rush that I don't have time, like that 1 minute for me to make my bed will probably kill me.
Oh,
So I
understand.
run out of the house and then I come back and it will be very nice. Like, it'll be made and nice.
Or like if you only have 10 minutes for dinner and you come home, there's already home cooked dinner. Just for you to
Aiyo.
nom 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 and then go. Then my mom will be like, you want to bring fruits? I brought crepes. Then she'll pack into a Ziploc for me. Then I'll bring it to work.
So cute.
How can I give that up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to live on my own already. I'm going to stop applying for BTO. Very sad.
Really, really pros and cons lah. But are there any final advice for people who are considering moving out to live on their own?
Wow, I really think budgeting is your number one thing. And when I say budgeting, not like, be so kiam siap. How to say kiam siap?
Cheapskate.
Scrimp and save,
Yeah, don't be so cheapskate and, not spend on the things that you actually need for your house. For example, like we were talking about the Philips Speed Pro Aqua cordless vacuum cleaner, right? That's something that can cut your chores time in half.
Really,
Yeah. And it's a reputable brand too.
No, actually, I'm really interested in trying this out
Yeah.
because, sometimes people do things like, oh, I vacuum, you mop. Or, I cook, you clean. No, no need.
Yeah.
2 in 1.
I do. Myself.
You do?
Yourself.
I am an independent woman.
Okay,
Everyone screenshot that, everyone, okay?
Next time there's hair on your floor, you know who to call. Azura.
Yeah, and I think, sometimes when you try and buy like cheap appliances, they break down and then you got to buy again and again and again. And it adds up. It's actually just cheaper to go and buy like a trustworthy one from the start.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so budget and appliances aside, I feel like it's very important to really think about why you need to move out in the first place. Is it for your mental space, for freedom, independence, and be sure to communicate with people you are already living with. Let them know why you find that there's a need to move out.
And don't feel bad, I think, even if like you're an only child and you feel like you have a responsibility to your parents. Like, I don't know if this is terrible to say, but I always feel like children should not be your retirement plan.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a very controversial take, but if, eventually when I do become a parent, I would never put that on my kid.
Right.
If I can lah.
I think it's okay to sort of, you hope, right, that they will still be with you and stuff like that. But I think you shouldn't expect. Yeah, I think the minute you decide to be parents, you shouldn't be expecting anything out of them. Yeah, so I think you can still carry out like, your duties, as a filial, like son, daughter, anything. But, even if you're living apart, I think it's still possible to do that. So I think it's just weighing things out, like just maybe it's a scheduling thing, making it a point that you will come and see them, have dinner with them every week.
Of course, these are just our opinions. If you have opinions of your own, we would be more than happy to hear them. Drop us a DM anytime on Instagram at itscleverity.co. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Cleverities Podcast.
Don't forget to follow us on Apple Podcasts, Me Listen, as well as Spotify. Turn on the push notification so every time we post a new episode, you're informed.
That's right. And of course, please, if you've learned anything from today, don't vacuum up your cockroaches. And thank you to Philips Home Living for joining us in today's episode.
I'm Hazel.
I'm Azura.
And I'm Germaine.
And we'll catch you next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.
One thing I learned is to vacuum with my left hand and brush my teeth with my right hand. Really?
But what if you get so distracted that you accidentally vacuum up Serena?
Oh my gosh, that would be perfect. But I have to wait for a few days before I dare to open up the thing because I think Serena would still be alive inside. She'll probably eat all the dirt.
Ew.